Hey guys, guess what? Doom Eternal sucks. Okay, now that I have your attention, the point I'm actually trying to make here is that the reason clickbait like this works so well is because these games like Doom Eternal that have their own very dedicated cult fan base become incredibly dogmatic. Back in 2020 during the pandemic, the way a lot of people managed to entertain themselves and start entire YouTube careers was just by shitting on anyone who talked shit about Doom Eternal. These people, it's gonna look like it's all Griffin Gaming and Under the Mayo. They were just the main two, like the top ones that pop up on the search results. There were a lot of copycats, and I have seen this kind of behavior just on Discord servers too, and on Reddit if I remember correctly. I remember at one point, I made the simple assertion that I thought Ultra Kill was better than Doom Eternal. And the response I got was, "What the hell, are you trolling, bro? There's no way you can be this stupid." And no, this was before Under the Mayo did his whole Ultra Kill thing. People will come at you even if you attack the parts of Doom Eternal that actually are kinda shitty, or that could have been done better. Like, look at this one. The low ammo is a good thing? Come on, man. You don't have to act that desperate. That's like if a Dark Souls 1 fan made a video defending how great the basilisks were and the curse mechanic was. I remember another time where I was talking about how the Marauders kinda suck. Now, people have gone to bat for the Marauders too. Personally, I think they're one of the worst things in the game. Do they completely ruin it to where it's a bad game? No. But would it be better, would most parts be better if they were not used alongside other enemies to disrupt group fights by changing the entire dynamic? Yeah, pretty much. On the topic of Marauders, I remember a time a guy accused me of just being dumb and bad at the game because he said, "Oh, just cycle your weapons to skip the cooldowns so you can hit them multiple times within one stun cycle." And I said, "Oh, that's cool that you can do that. But they really should have fucking told us that, because the game does nothing to tell you that's an option, and this is an exploit that's been getting removed from every other game since about, like, Half-Life. Like, think about the last game where you could skip a reload by switching weapons. It was, what, the 90s? You can't do it in TF2, you can't do it in Half-Life, Half-Life 2, basically any shooter that has come out since late 90s, early 2000s, they won't let you get away with that trick. But they just sneakily brought it back, and the fanboys expected us to just pick it up, just to know it. Hey, this thing that hasn't been getting done for a decade now, over a decade, couple decades almost, is now a viable strategy, and you should have tried that. And if you expected any kind of tutorial or indication that you could do this, then you're the problem somehow. This is the kind of blind fanboy defense that a lot of these games like Doom Eternal and Dark Souls, Elden Ring, you know, those types of games get. And they are good games, but the way even the flaws and the drawbacks to them are just rabidly defended with this get good if you didn't already, you know, if you think they did something wrong. This is why I think we need to embrace contrarianism in these kinds of games. These spaces are becoming incredibly dogmatic, and I have many gaming opinions that would be considered blasphemous myself, so we need to embrace it. Was the Doom Eternal sucks thing a clickbait title? Yeah. Why did the clickbait work? Because fanboys are too rabid. I could do the same thing with Dark Souls sucks if I wanted to talk about how it's bullshit that getting cursed makes you lose half your life. And honestly, the Dark Souls fanbase probably has that kind of thing coming more than any other one, because I've been a Dark Souls fan since 2013, and let me tell you, if you deviate from the groupthink within the Dark Souls sphere, you are automatically bad at the game and a casual and need to get good and just a whiny little piss baby. I couldn't come up with as much that would actually generate views about Dark Souls, though, because it's been done to death. I remember one time I said that some things in Dark Souls' story would be better if they were a little more fleshed out and didn't use so much of the hipster indie rock lyrics approach of letting you make up your own meaning for them. And someone called me a dumb little lizard because I said that. Now, the lizard they were referring to was my Discord avatar, which was a basilisk from Dark Souls. But this person who could not recognize a Dark Souls basilisk from a picture of it decided to lecture me on how Dark Souls works and what the lore is like, and just ramble on for probably a good half hour about it. But anyway, that's an entirely different matter. Let's focus back on Doom Eternal. I have played through Doom Eternal a couple different times. I played through on Ultra Violence. At one point I was even good at it, but it's been a while. Now, is Doom Eternal a good game? Yes. But are there things that are fair to criticize about it? Yes. For example, that Icon of Sin boss fight. Every time I play through it, I just remember why I hate it so much. I'm like, oh my god, I've actually beaten this before? Because the whole thing is just such a slog. The ammo limits in the beginning, I feel like the only reason people embrace the low ammo and the low health and armor is because everyone has leveled up their profile enough by now that it doesn't matter. They haven't actually had to deal with it in forever. The Marauder isn't unforgivable, but it is very tedious to fight alongside other things. I can't really think of a whole lot of other things that are legitimate gripes I have with the game, but, you know, these are things that just me saying them. Some sweaty neckbeard is already in the comments rage typing away saying get good and other dumb shit like that. You guys would actually, a lot of you would shit your pants if I actually gave my real hottest take on gaming. I think I'm gonna do that later on in a different video. I wanted to post this first to establish that contrarianism and giving bold hot takes is a good thing before I actually give you my hottest gaming take. Because if I give that first and get nothing but hate comments and then I make this video, it'll look like I was coping and not like I'm just being ideologically consistent. But anyway, my next one's coming, my actual hottest, most blasphemous gaming take that will incite rage in anyone who hears it, but is also objectively correct. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, contrarianism is a good thing.